What's good? What's good? Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Oaken. Eisenhower presents the Oaken. Um, um, I had to work. I got to work tomorrow, so I decided that I would do it today. That way, when I get off, I can just chill and relax. So it's kind of fitting anyway. Today is the actual Sabbath day anyway, so we'll get it going and we'll get it started here. Uh, what's good, Jay Wolf? What's good? Uh, don't forget, hit that like button on the way in. Appreciate y'all for coming out today. And and the title of today's subject is "What's your foundation?" And for this, for today's subject, we'll be studying Jesus's parable, the two foundations, to show how the practicableness of this is true today. So we'll be studying Matthew chapter 7, verses 24 through 29 to show how applicable this is to our everyday lives. And I'll be reading from the amplified version of the Bible on this. Give everyone time to get there. What's good, Lawrence? What's good? What's good? Y'all give everyone time to get there, starting with verse 24. All right, so it reads like this. So everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them will be like a wise man, a far-sighted, practical, and sensible man who built his house on a rock. And the rain fell, and the floods and torrents came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house. Yet it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish, stupid man who built his house on the sand, and the rain fell, and the floods and torrents came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house, and it fell, and great and complete was its fall. 28. When Jesus had finished speaking these words on the mountain, the crowds were astonished and overwhelmed at his teaching, for he was teaching them as one who had authority to teach entirely of his own volition, and not as their scribes who relied on others to confirm their authority. I wanted to point out those last two verses there, 28 and 29. The reason why he spoke that way, besides the fact of him being Jesus, the main reason why he could speak that way was, as it said earlier, anyone who acts on them would be like a wise man, because of the simple fact that it's practical and sensible to build your house. And in this case, the house is structuring your life and your code around solid things, upon solid things. Building it up on the sand is unstable, whereas the rock is solid. But when you have a stable foundation and a stable code to live your life by, you can speak as though you can speak with authority. You don't have to question anything. You don't need anybody's um, approval, because the actions will show that it's approved. It will show that it's sensible. It will show that it's practical. Um, and that's why the people were astonished, because of the simple fact how sensible and how practical it was to do such. It just made sense. It made it easy. So there was no reason to even go against it. Um, you couldn't, because of the simple fact of how practical it was to do so. Oh, and Jay Wolf, I started with verse 24. But yes, yeah, it was so practical that there was no reason to. I mean, you couldn't bring anything against that logic. There was nothing to bring against it. uh, how their lives had been up until that point was showing that, all the problems they were having. Oh, sorry. Okay, I got it now. Jay will put that in there for Lawrence. Okay, got you. Hopefully you got it. But yes, can get those lights up. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close down. I know I got the barbershop talk scheduled for I think it's 150. Think I can't remember. But what I'll do is I'll close this down. What's good? What's good, Hulk? I'll close this down and give me a few minutes and I'll start it back up and get me some coffee and do what I need to do. And we'll open up the barbershop talk uh, to uh, to discuss this, man, talk about this. But that's all I got. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. Um, but that's all I got, fellas, and peace.